Before you watch this video, make sure to watch the overview video for this setup. That's where we notated the rules and made the deductions that you'll see me using here. So the question asks us, if Fallon is interviewed in an earlier segment than Lewis, which one of the following could be true? This is a could be true question, and with the new condition that Fallon is interviewed earlier than Lewis. Because we built two scenarios in our initial setup, we can first ask which scenario or scenarios allow Fallon to be interviewed earlier than Lewis. If one scenario doesn't let this condition happen, then we can ignore that scenario for the purposes of this question only. That said, it looks like both scenario 1 and 2 allow this condition. So let's redraw both and apply the new condition. All right, in scenario 1, Fallon would have to be in segment 2 so that Lewis can be later than Fallon, as the question tells us. That puts Lewis in segment 4, and then Greer and Hernandez are left to be paired in segment 1. In scenario 2, for Fallon to be earlier than Lewis, that would have to mean that Fallon is second and Lewis is third, because we know that Fallon can't be in segment 1. So that means that Hernandez and Greer are the only ones left to be in segment 1. Now that we've made these deductions, let's evaluate the choices to find out which one could be true. A. Fallon is interviewed in the third segment. Well, this can't be true. In this question, Fallon is interviewed in the second segment in both scenarios. B. Greer is interviewed in the third segment. This can't be true because we deduced that Greer is interviewed in the first segment in both scenarios. C. Hernandez is interviewed in the second segment. This must be false because Hernandez is interviewed in the first segment in both scenarios. D. Lewis is interviewed in the second segment. This can't be true because in scenario 1, Lewis is interviewed in the fourth segment, and in scenario 2, we determined that Lewis is interviewed in the third segment. Let's take a look at E. Munson is interviewed in the fourth segment. This could be true because it's true in scenario 2. Since it's possible at least once for Munson to be interviewed in the fourth segment, then this is our answer. When you're given a new condition, like we were in this question, remember that it's a temporary condition that's only necessarily applicable for the question that you're working on. It won't conflict with any of the original rules that you were given unless you're explicitly told that it does. But it doesn't necessarily have to be true for any of the other questions.